So I was thinking of which other way to use my catfish instead of the normal catfish pepper soup, or making nsala soup using catfish or smoked catfish. And I thought, why not try something new? So this is what I came up with, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And please stick around if you want to see how I made this delicious sauce with catfish. So before I show you my ingredients, I'm going to place some water on fire, and here are all the ingredients I'm going to be using for this delicious sauce. As you can see, they are not much at all. So over here I have my catfish. What I'm just squeezing inside the catfish bowl now is some lemon juice. This will help to get rid of the slime on the catfish. So after squeezing in the lemon juice, I washed it properly. This is not, I'm not doing it really well with one hand. I just wanted to show you how I'm doing it. Then when I went off camera, I washed it and rinsed it very well. So this is what it looks like after I'm done washing it. Now I set that aside, and remember the hot water, the water I placed on fire, it has started boiling. So I added my rice. You can use any rice of your choice. Here I have my Scotch bonnet, onion, 1 fresh tomato, and 1 red bell pepper. You can use more depending on the quantity of stew you are making, but I'm just, like I said before, I'm trying something new, so I'm making just a little quantity to see how it turns out. But it really turned out good, guys. So I've added all my fresh pepper, the tomato inside my blender, and the onion, as you can see, I didn't add it because I'm going to be slicing that later for frying. So I added just a tiny bit of water to help my blender, and I blended it, but it's not smooth, it's just roughly blended. Now back to my rice. I left it for 5 minutes to parboil, and then I rinsed it and set aside. Now over to that same pot again, I added some water, I added some salt, and I added some olive oil. I let it boil for some minutes, then I poured back my washed rice. And the reason for this process is to get rid of the excess starch in the rice, nothing more. So I'm going to let the rice cook until it's properly cooked. Now over to my saucepan, I added some olive oil, let it heat up a bit, and then you remember the onions I told you I was going to slice. So here it is. I just added it into my hot oil. I'm going to stir fry it for about a minute. Then I'm going to add about a teaspoon or tablespoon of minced ginger and garlic paste. You can add only ginger or only garlic. Like, make it the way you want it to taste in your mouth. So inside the pan again, I'm adding my thyme, just about half a teaspoon of thyme. I'm adding some turmeric powder. I'm adding some cumin. This is ground cumin. So I added just a tiny bit of that because you don't want too much of it. As you guys know, I'm making just a little bit of sauce. So I added some curry powder, I added some paprika, I added some nutmeg. Everything is just a little bit because you don't want the flavors to overpower the taste, like the real taste of this sauce. So after adding everything, I poured in my blended peppers and tomatoes, mixed it very well. Then I tasted to see if I need to add any seasoning. So I tasted, and it wasn't tasting as anything. So I had to add my Knorr cube. Inside the Knorr cube we have 2 in 1. So I added the whole 2. I added some salt as well. Make sure you taste it before you add any seasoning or salt, okay? So after adding all of those, I added my catfish. I rinsed my blender and poured the water there. And oh, you have to like mix the sauce with the catfish, cover and let it cook for 5 minutes. Now here is my rice, it's all done. So after about 5 minutes, this is what the sauce looks like. So I'm flipping the fish over so it can cook on the other side. I'm going to leave it for another 5 minutes again, and after 5 minutes my sauce was all done and good to go. Guys, I want you to go and try this sauce, guys. It was so yummy, so delicious, so tasty, so flavorful, so spicy because I added 1 Scotch bonnet. If your kids can't handle hot spicy food, you can use less of it. As you can see, we are really enjoying it. Please click the link below to see a full vlog of how we enjoyed this delicious sauce.
If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button. If you're new to my channel, please click on the red subscribe button below and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my latest upload.